Okay, everybody, this is my first YouTube video. If it's even going to be a YouTube video, we'll see if I ever actually post this thing. But I have an idea for, oh my gosh, somebody just messaged me for work. I still have my other laptop like right over here to the right. I have an idea for a new software as a service, a new SaaS, to utilize AI to build this tool very, very quickly, all in one session, and I'll record myself doing it. And hopefully it works out well, and hopefully I'll make some money from doing it too. Here's the idea. I run a couple of Airbnbs back in Phoenix, and one thing that I always, or that I've never done, that I've always should have done, is have a little guidebook. Like you go to an Airbnb and there's always this cute little guidebook that you can go and look and see things to do. You can see the rules, you can see everything else that you need to know about the house. So, what if with AI we just automate that? So that's what this is going to be. We're going to create a nice little front end for a user to go in and type up their information from some pre-selected stuff, and then we just need to, what do we need to do? We need to take that information and convert it into a PDF format. From that PDF, they can download and print it out and have it ready for their guests. Or I think that we can also integrate automated physical shipping. So once we have the PDF completed, we can charge a fee and ship them the printed out, laminated, or maybe binderized Airbnb guide. So, step one, get to coding. I'll walk through what I'm doing here. Bueno. So as you can see, we have Windsurf open with a new folder called GuideWise. And so the way that we're going to start this is just by asking our coder here. So I like to use Gemini 2.5 Pro. It's at 0.75, as you can see at the bottom. So it doesn't cost as much as a regular AI, definitely not as much as Sonnet 4, which costs 2x. So it's not free, of course, as their SWE 1, but 0.75 is not bad. And so you have to think about the architecture of how we want this built. And the first thing that I'm going to want is just a proof of concept that we're able to take some inputs of things to do near me and some house rules and et cetera, and transform that into a PDF. So first we're going to build this in Python as a tool that can take those inputs and convert it into a PDF. So let's ask our AI agent to start building that for us. In Python, let's build an app that will be able to take a series of inputs about a location and in fact, let's say a series of inputs about a vacation rental, including location, things to do, house rules, check-in, check-out, and more, and place that information not into a database but into a PDF formatted guidebook. We should have pre-rendered templates for our guidebook, and the inputs should simply fill in the template. Our template needs to be aesthetically pleasing. Sectioned and easy to navigate. Okay, and now all I have to do is press enter, and we'll let this do its thing. And I'll keep an eye on this, especially early on. Well, actually, you need to pay more attention later on. But make directory. See, it's trying to make a directory here. We don't need to make the directory. The directory is already made. So I'll just say directory is already made. Just let it know that it's already been built. That way it can figure itself out. Okay, so it wants to make a directory for templates. We'll accept that. Make directory output. We'll accept that as well. I'm assuming the output directory is going to be where the AI agent is, or sorry, not the AI agent. That's going to be where the template, the finished template is outputted. So yeah, we're going to use Jinja, HTML to PDF. I was thinking of using Wheezy print actually, so we'll see how HTML to PDF works. And then, okay, not using Flask, but we'll probably end up using Flask because that way we can serve it. Okay, so here's one thing, is it's going to install our requirements. If we do that, as it is now, then it's going to be installing into our global environment. Of course, we don't want that, so we need to guide the AI and say, let's start a venv first. It'll probably be all sycophantic and be like, oh my gosh, you're the smartest guy in the world. How could I have forgotten such a thing? Okay, not too bad. It just says you're right. Using a virtual environment is a great idea. I know it's a great idea. That's why I said it. I'll create a virtual environment named venv, then I'll install the required packages into it. Perfect. It's installed. Okay, yeah, now we can do it. Sure, let's do it. Why not? Install that. So it's just installing those two packages. Run command already are installed. What did you do in main? Wait, let me see what they're. Oh dang, he's already made a good amount. See, that was pretty quick. He had already done all this code here. I should probably read through the code a little bit, but you know what? I'm a vibe coder, so I don't like to do that. I'm just gonna go ahead and say accept, and oh, geez, that monster is like coming up from inside of me, and it's broken. Great job. As you can see here, whatever's going on, it is not working. So we have a traceback. The good thing is since we ran this in the terminal, it sees that it's broken and it will hopefully try to fix it. It looks like it cannot import show boundary value from report. Okay, fine, go ahead and list the output. I don't know why you want to do that necessarily, but. Okay, so now the thing has made some updates. Am I going to read through the updates? No, I'm not, but I will accept them. Go for it. Accept all. And it fails again. Same failure too. Import name. Sometimes the AI, if it can't figure it out, we do have to help it up a little bit. Let's see, what does it want to do? Add in report lab? Why does it want to add in report lab? Version known, which means that it's not, which means there's an incompatibility between XHTML to PDF and its dependency report lab. That's the common issue. You know what? I feel like XHTML to PDF is not the way to go. So let's say, do we want to use XHTML to PDF or Wheezy print? And let's just get its opinions on this, because I've always used Wheezy print. I don't know, maybe XHTML to PDF is better, but we'll see what it says. Our popular choices for converting HTML to PDF in Python, but they have different strengths. Pros, it's a pure Python library, which makes installation simpler since it doesn't require any non-Python system libraries. It can be sensitive to dependency versions. It also has limited support for modern CSS features like Flexbox or Grid. It can't even do fucking Flexbox. Yeah, it has excellent support for modern web standards, including CS3. Yeah, I recommend that we switch to WheezyPrint. Of course we should switch to WheezyPrint. Let's switch to WheezyPrint. Great. But that is a good point. The difference between WheezyPrint and HTML is that WheezyPrint is better for CSS and it probably will make better aesthetic. What does it want to do? Why are you installing Brew? Or Brew installing Pango Cairo? What the hell? You're installing into Brew here? Relies on system-level libraries, Pango, Cairo, and GDX Pixbuff for rendering. Since you're on Mac, the easiest way to install these is with Homebrew. Okay, let's keep track of these dependencies. It seems like a venv won't be enough since we're installing it through Brew. So maybe we should Dockerize this. Okay, so let me explain two things here. First of all, since we're doing brew install, that means that we're not installing something through Python or through this environment. We're installing it to our actual system, to our actual laptop. That's what brew install is. So these libraries are not like Python specific. And so if we want to push this code to somewhere else or run it to some other laptop, we won't be able to just do a simple start a venv and install the requirements. We need to also, we would have to do brew install, Pango, blah, blah, blah. And in a situation where if we're switching between a Mac to a PC, well, brew install isn't going to work. So we'd have to figure out the equivalence, and then there's probably going to be some mashup errors. It would be a problem. And so going back to what I was saying between WheezyPrint and XHTML, WheezyPrint is better for CSS and making more aesthetic PDFs, but the trade-off, like our friendly AI here has already mentioned, is that it's not all Python specific, so we have to do things like this brew install, and now we're going to have to Dockerize it. It makes it a little bit more complicated of a project. But let's see what it did. Okay, that's a fantastic idea. Thank you very much. So it created a Docker file, installed WheezyPrint. So let's take a look at this Docker file from Python 3.9 Slim, work directory app run, and then, yeah, so apt get update and install recommends. So here are our packages that we have to install. And cool, getting our Docker ready. And now for main, it's time to build our Docker image. This will package our application and its dependencies into a self-contained unit. Let's do it. Command not found Docker. I don't have Docker? I'm pretty sure I have Docker installed. Okay, hold up. I do have Docker installed. First of all, maybe it's just not part of path. Oh, okay, so this is what we have to do. If we just go here, oh, whoops, not screenshot, Docker. Let's just open up Docker. And so Docker is now open, but is it running? Docker desktop is running, Docker desktop is running, but I don't know if that's the actual Docker. How do I start the Docker daemon. I don't know what a freaking daemon is, but we'll check that out. It's managed by the Docker desktop application. Oh, okay, I did that. Okay, I opened Docker desktop. Except, let's do it. Oh my gosh, it still cannot find Docker. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh. Open Docker desktop. Wait, did Docker close? Is that what happened? Where did it go? Wait. Where did Docker go? I see it up here. Go to the dashboard. Okay. Docker. Perfect. What does it want me to do? Click on the settings gear. Sure. Go to the advanced tab. Huh? I don't see the advanced tab. Set up command line tools. Okay. Include virtual machine options. Show CLI hints. What? Docker engine maybe? No. Builders? No. Kubernetes? No. Software updates? No. Extensions? No. What the heck, dude? Okay, I'm gonna have to pause this and figure this out. Okay, I fixed it, sort of, maybe. We'll see. What I had to do was I ended up having to add Docker directly to Path in Mac, which not ideal, but yeah, I had Docker installed, but the command wasn't being recognized. So yeah, I had to just add it to Path. Command not found. Wait, just it totally should be found. I'm gonna tell it. Sorry, I'm gonna tell it. Try to open and reclose. Close and reopen the terminal. Just made a change to path. Okay, let's see if that works. Command not found, bruh. All right, let me completely close out of this. And I will close out of Windsurf entirely. And let me restart Windsurf. And now, hopefully, it'll work. So nice thing with Windsurf too is that everything's saved right here. So try again. Let me try it in my terminal too. Docker -- version. Yeah, it works. See, what are we talking about here? Yeah, we'll allow it. The good news is that our image was likely created successfully with the older builder. Sick. Technically, it's still running here, but so some bad warnings there. We'll just ignore them. We're just going off vibes here, and it's giving off bad vibes, I'll be honest with you. It's not giving off great vibes, but that's all right. What are you doing? Why are we removing stuff? It maps the output folder on your computer to the output folder inside the container. Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, we can do that. Fine, allow it. Allowed. You're good. You are allowed. Okay, run output. Sure. To be honest with you, I don't understand Docker that well. I need to be better at it. But again, we're going off of vibes. So let's try to run this crap now, bruh. An input. I propose we create an input JSON where you can enter all the details for your vacation rental. The Python script will then read from this to generate the PDF. This will make the application much more user-friendly. Oh wait, did it create a user output? Let's see. Ooh, welcome to the cozy cottage. Nice. Nice. Okay, it looks like absolute ass though. Like I would, if this was left for me on an Airbnb, I would use it as toilet paper and just have some extra toilet paper. Because this is shit. Okay. Well, we all started somewhere. So, no, we will not do the input.json, Gemini. Maybe later. But right now, we need to work on the aesthetics here. Make the PDF look better. It should be several pages. Include optionally images. Have background colors. Change font family. etc. Use, I find saying use your own creativity to make it look good. Sure. And then in the meantime, while this is doing that, I'm going to go and try to figure out some better layouts. Okay, I went and found one quick little PDF that I'm hoping is going to give inspirations to our AI agent here. I'll show you what that looks like. It just looks like this. So I just screenshotted this and sent it to our AI agent. And now I'm also going to provide a little bit more details. So page 1, cover page with the stock photo of a house. Page 2 should be a welcome message. And actually we don't need a page 3 for location and access instructions and check-in time and checkout time. Page 2 should be things to do. Nearby. Page and actually contact information should also be here, and contact information. Things to do nearby. Page 3 should be places to eat nearby. Page 4 should be house rules and anything specific about the house that the guest should know. Okay, so let's give it another shot at this to see if it can create something that's a little bit more aesthetic. This is what it made on its most recent attempt. I like the cover page, despite the fact that it totally messed that up. But and then the actual pages are a lot nicer now, but we can still do a lot better. This page is pretty nice. Yeah, there's still a lot of work to be done here. So we'll let this work, and we'll see you in just a second. All right, getting back at it. Now you can see our nice new PDF. It's still not amazing, but it's a whole heck of a lot better than it was before. So you have a welcome page, you have things to do nearby, and then you have places to eat nearby, and then house rules and notes. Okay, so next step is we have to make it all totally customizable. So right now, let's look at our main property name. Okay, it looks like it all pretty much is customizable as is. So what do we want to do next? We could create the front end where we can actually just type in all of this info that we want one by one. Or okay, I have an idea. So one thing that we want to do is we want to just be able to type in an address, and from that address, we should then send a request to ChatGPT. ChatGPT will then look up things to do and places to eat nearby within the vicinity and return that in this JSON. So let's do that. Let's ask it to do that. Do this. Many people won't know a place to eat or things to do near them. So if we can populate it through AI, that would be ideal. We send the property address and chat and OpenAI will return a list of places to eat and things to do. Create that function. I will add an OpenAI API key to our .env file. Okay, so that's another thing that we'll need to do. While he's doing that, I'm going to go create a new .env, and I will do OpenAI underscore API key, and I'm not going to display it here. I'm going to pause really quick while I go get this API key and paste it in there, so that way you guys don't all steal my information. Okay, one other thing that I just thought of that we should also do, I just added that API key, but we should also add we should implement get and also add a get ignore file. So get ignore, and let's do .env, and we also don't need our venv, any of those, and PyCache as well, you're right. That why would I ignore my get ignore file? That doesn't make any sense, does it? And then .docker ignore, we should also get rid of. And yeah, we need our Docker file. So let's initialize a repo. We'll do initial, commit, save and commit all those changes, publish the branch. I'm gonna publish it to we'll do this to a public repository, so that way the world can see it. Okay. This model produced an invalid tool call. What the hell? What is this guy doing right now? What is happening? Bruh. Okay, so one problem with AI is that, did that just do a thumbs down? I've never seen that. I don't know why that happened. So one thing that happens a lot when using AI coding tools is that the more context that's given, so the longer that you talk to it, for one, and then two, the bigger that your code repo becomes, the less and less efficient it is. It ends up sucking ass the longer that you use it. So one way to mitigate that is to, one, you can restart the conversation every once in a while after you've been talking to it for a long time. And two, is really try to componentize all of your code. So one thing that I'm going to do after this is change up main and pull out some of these functions. So that way we'll have a utils file, and then that utils file will hold our like API recommendations stuff. Okay, so let's see what this happens. Successfully created. Things to do nearby. We got nothing. Being invoked with a proxy. So yeah, things to do and places to eat nearby. Nothing. So that means we're probably not getting a response from OpenAI, which, to be fair, we should be doing this in its own thing. So add requirement. What are you editing requirements for? First off, accept all of this. Requirements, okay, adding that in, great. Before we do this, we should be testing the OpenAI in its own file locally. Remove it from main and create a new folder called utils. In the utils folder, we will have an AI functions.py file where we will store this function. Okay, and we'll let it do its. Okay, so it created a new file for us here. We'll accept this, and now that we have this, we can just run it locally. So sample address, I don't know what the hell this is, but we'll use, actually not that one. Let's do 612 Walton Drive. That's Alabama. Sorry. I don't know how states work. Huntsville, Alabama. Let's try that. And let's just see what it returns for us here. No module name dot end. What do you mean, brother? What do you mean? If name equals, so. Import load dot end. No module named load dot end. What? Pip install. What is it? What is this called actually? So we actually don't need that. We just need to go to our requirements file. And yeah, python.end is installed. -r requirements.txt. Let's make sure that this is all done. Okay, well, I guess it wasn't installed before. So that's why. Let's try this again. Test failed. Could not get AI recommendations. Client got an unexpected keyword argument proxies. What? Why is this being such a difficult thing right now? An unexpected keyword argument proxies. All right, I have to look this up, or we'll just continue with this. Pip install -r requirements, which we just did on our terminal. It's completely ignoring this big error. Don't ignore this error when we were installing requirements. Let's see what it says to that. I'm calling it out right now. I gotta check my work. I'm working for another hour or so. But really, I'm just making YouTube videos. It's the life of a remote worker. You've identified a critical issue. Thank you for pointing out those dependency conflicts. Yeah, you didn't freaking read it before? Come on, man. What are you doing? Open. All right, let's try that. Run pip install, blah, 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 blah. Let's try to just run it on our side too. Pip install requirements. And now let's try Testing AI function locally. Let's see if it works. Maybe it'll work. It worked! Test successful. Look at that, dude. Look at that. So let's see. AI recommendations. Things to do. U.S. Space and Rocket Center. Description. Explore the history of space exploration. Look how sick that is. So we're getting our things to do and our places to eat. That's amazing. That's amazing. So those will be pre-populated AI ones. And let's just go back to this AI function just to see what is the thing. For the vacation rental located at, please provide a list of local recommendations. I need a JSON with 2 keys, things to do and places to eat. Each key should contain exactly 3 items. Okay, cool. I have one other idea. I want to choose the number of items. We should be able to choose the number of items returned by the AI. Make that a variable input for the function. One for things to do and another for food. And we'll just default it to 3 because I'm thinking like, what if somebody wants like 8 things to do or whatever, or if we want to change it easily, it's better to just make it a second function. So number of things to do, number of places to eat. That's perfect. Accept the changes. I like it. I like it. Now, one question is going to be, it would be really nice if we could also have the AI, when it's returning this JSON here, if there is a way where we can also get images. So US Space and Rocket Center, if we could get a default image there as well, that would be ideal. Or Montesano State Park, that would also be ideal. What is Montesano State Park? I don't even know what that is, bruh. I don't even know what that is, bruh. I'm gonna have to look this up. Is this even in Alabama? Where is this? Oh, it's right outside of Huntsville. Okay. All right. See that? So those are good. Those are good recommendations. Places to eat. Cotton Row. What? Cotton Row, Huntsville. All right. Great. When the AI returns the JSON with places to eat and etc, we'd also like to have pictures. Could it also return a photo URL for each place? And let's just see how that works. Let's just see if that would work. The idea is, at least it pretty much for all of these actually, for places to eat and for big locations, usually they will also have photos that are already hosted somewhere on the internet. So like when you search up US Space and Rocket Center, you search up US Space and Rocket Center, these images are all perfect. Like, we'll just use that. Use that one as the default image. So, and this is like a public available URL. I think, open image in new tab. Like, yeah, this right there. And so then it just returns this. And then we'll just add that into our PDF, call it, boom, done. Make sure when we are making the PDF that those images that are returned from the AI are included in the PDF. Because I don't think that he updated our PDF just now, our guidebook template. Activity image. Oh, did it? You've anticipated the next step correctly. You're right. Oh, it is set up to do this. All right, well, I trust you. Let's try it then. Let's try it and we'll see if this works. I'll be very impressed actually if this works. If this works well. Okay, accept. Blah, 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 blah. And it successfully created the new guidebook. So let's check it out. Welcome to your stay. Let's see, does it, didn't get things to do or anything. Incorrect API key provided. What? To the what? What are you talking about? I just had that API. I literally just used it and it was fine. So there must be something going on with the invalid API key. Are you for real right now? Are you absolutely for real? How did it work just now when I was doing this? It loads.m. What? Okay. I'm going to say the API key should be correct already. Can we make sure we are properly pulling it from the .env file? When I ran the AI functions.py locally, it worked fine. We'll see what it says because it should be fine. It should be. I don't know why this wouldn't work. I'm gonna pause it here. Okay, so the suggestion here was just to say the API key. So I guess we're type invalid request error. Again? We got the same thing? Test worked perfectly. It revealed the exact problem. The API key inside the container is being wrapped in single quotes. You idiot, dog. You idiot, bruh. This is the issue. Your .env file has been written. Oh, while the local Python script is smart enough to remove these quotes, the docker.env file flags them, reads them literally. The OpenAI library then receives a key that has the single quotes, causing the authentication to fail. Wow, I never knew that. Please edit your dot and remove the single. It should look like this. Oh, okay. With just nothing? Are you sure? All right, let me make that adjustment to the .env. Wow, so this is incredible. I actually just left the .env file and just removed the quote, so it's literally just a string equals string, like this format there, which I've never done. I've literally always put my environment variables in strings. So the fact that this actually works, so I just ran it, and this actually worked. It worked just fine, which is crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. So, yeah. I just learned something totally new. You don't have to put your environment variables in quotes. Okay, let's see if this works now. It should work, in theory. It was a good idea by Gemini to print out the API token to see what was going on there. Docker run with that. I'm now considering how the result informs the next steps for generating the PDF. Successfully created. Look at that. All right, let's check it out. Let's check her out. Whoa, baby. Welcome to your stay. Okay. Things to do nearby. Look at that. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things to do. Places to eat nearby. The Fort Restaurant. Ooh, Lariat Lodge Brewing Company. Okay. Sick. That looks pretty freaking good, doesn't it? Except I don't know why they didn't all come with images, for one. Two, formatting is messed up. And also I don't know why it used this exact same image for every single thing. Okay. Let me test this because let me see. So US Space and Rocket Center, right? Let's see what the image it was that it tagged. 404. Freaking amazing, dude. Amazing. Thank you. What the hell, dude? Why are you tagging this random dude? Why are you doing that? What is going on, bro? What about this one? There's the same Montesano State Park. It's the same picture. It loves this picture. Where does it get this picture from? What about this one? What does this do? I'm kind of interested to see all these pictures now. This one's another 404. What the hell? What about this one? This is, okay, food ones. That's just a generic, there's no way that this is anything with Cotton Row, right? Cotton Row, Huntsville. I guess it could be Cotton Row, huh? But probably not. Probably not. Okay. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. So let's go to the AI function and let's refine this a little bit. So first off, let's tell this. It looks like the PDF generated used the exact same image for every single one of the things to do. It should use a different image for each one, depending on what was received from OpenAI. OpenAI didn't send the exact same thing. Actually, no, we won't even say that. Also, add logs so that we can see the response from OpenAI in JSON format. Oh, man. This is crazy. So what did it say as the thing here? So now we don't need to do this. So yeah, we can actually get rid of that. But what is the thing? From a source like Unsplash or Pexels. Yeah, that's why we're telling it to do that, huh? Oh, why did I even allow that? Okay, so we do need to adjust this. That way it doesn't tell it to use Unsplash. Source like Unsplash or Pexels. From the event or restaurant place that visually represents it. Okay. Yes, I think I accept those. I didn't even look at them, but that's fine. Again, the vibes were good. The vibes were good. We're going for it. Debugging the issue. What's the issue? It seemed like it was fine, huh? Now let's run the container. Okay, yeah, it's going fine. And it does take a second. Docker run. What is this rm file.env? Okay, I guess it's just telling you what the end file is. I'm out of Monster. This is terrible. I need Monster. Oh, okay, look at this, look at this, look at this. It tells you now all these things. So let's look at this. Lookout Mountain Nature Center and Preserve. Ooh, let's check it out. Example domain. To the what? What the hell, man? Now it's all just example domains. Why is it returning examples? Ugh. Okay, one thing is the images should alternate from being on the left to being on the right for each row. So while that's working on that, we are going to go and refine this prompt here. So it's already, oh crap, bro, what did I just do? Whoopsies. So it's already triple quoted. Good. So we can do this. Thank you. Image. If there is no image available from the actual event or place, from Unsplash, reputable source. Okay, let's try it. We'll see if it does a little bit better this time. The good thing is that OpenAI has relatively cheap API calls, so it shouldn't be anything crazy. Command is completed successfully. Did it though? It did not complete successfully. It's still working. Okay, it looks like they're all just going to come from Unsplash again. But let's check it out. Let's see how it looks. Like that. What the hell, bruh? None of them are. Oh, this one has a couple that. Table Mountain, Grill and Cantina. Okay, if you say so. Why are these not generating? So like, what's going on with this? Is this not a real thing? That's a 404. Gosh dang it. Confirm that the image is not a 404 before including it in the JSON object. And I'm also going to actually tell the AI agent here that we're running to some 404s a problem where the API call from the AI sometimes gives image links that are 404s. Can we prevent those from being included? Can we, can we screen for that and prevent those from being included? If there is no valid image, we will just have the format adjusted to not include the image URL key. Oh, I'm so desperate for the monster. I keep on going back to it, but it's dead. I need to remember that it's dead. But okay, so basically this is working right now as a basic thing. And so I think what it'll be time for next, as soon as we make this last final update, is we're gonna start our front end code. And for the front end, we are going to make a website called GuideWise, which is going to be Next.js framework. Next.js is really nice. I like to use it because it's best for SEO, which is all that matters nowadays, is just being able to direct people to your website. So we're going to use that, create that front end. And once we have that front end built, then it'll be a nice little package system for this. Running pip as a root, what? Okay, so let's just try that. See how it goes. Pause this. Okay, so this thing just decided to break the whole app. So I have two options. I can just ask it to fix itself, but I'm actually gonna just ignore it because I want to move on to the next step and create that front end like I was saying. So we're just gonna revert this, which is quite nice that we can just do this. It's one of my favorite things about using Windsurf. So we're just gonna ignore the 404s for now. If there are 404s, then I'm just gonna leave it, it'll be fine. I am gonna make a commit here to make sure. And another nice thing is that we have this generate button, so that way the AI will just generate the feature and bada boom. Okay, we can sync that too, why not? So as of right now, it is working. It's definitely far from finished, but the basic app is working, the basic functionality, which we will definitely refine later. But for now, we want to make a front end. So let's do this. We now need to make the front end application. We should use next.js to host a website called GuideWise. This is an Airbnb host tools site. Our main tool is the one we just made. So a user will be able to input their information for the Airbnb they own and automatically have a guidebook built for them. Here's how I envision the flow. I'm gonna ignore some of this. Once we have the info, we produce PDF template that allow for download. Actually, I'm just going to delete all of this. Here's how I envision the flow. The user sees the site, clicks the main button. We walk through a few quick questions to get their input, such as home location and some key rules and some key things. Then use that info to populate our PDF. We then allow the user to download the PDF. The aesthetic should look like the image above. And so for this, what I like to do is I like to go to a website that's nice and simply take a screenshot of it and just tell the AI to copy it. We'll save this to screenshots. Exit out of that, we don't need it anymore. Exit out of this. With our own pictures, words, etc. as needed. Okay, and this is where I put you on pause and go get a drink and let the AI just do its thing. Okay. So I just let this thing run for a while. We did run into a few dependency issues, but as you can see, it completely redid my whole freaking repo. It designed it into a back end, which is the same stuff that we just had, and then we have the front end with all the front end code. And this is all AI generated. So if we can start the server, the NPM, the front end server is already started on this terminal. We need to set up the backend Flask terminal as well, which actually I normally use Django, so I don't know what the command is. Our development server, and it's now running on this, so now we can see what's going to happen. And if we go to this here, localhost, this is what it built us. This is our Next.js app. It looks like kind of like shit, to be honest with you. Features, pricing, about, none of that works. Contact, none of that works. All right, fine, fantastic. We'll fix that later. Learn more, does that work? No, it does not. And also the hero guidebook cover doesn't work. So a lot of stuff isn't working, but this works. Get started for free. So we can type in our information, then property name, blah, 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 host name, blah, 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 blah. We do have to put a real address in, 612 Walton Drive, Huntsville, Alabama. That's a future enhancement that we can make, is if we add in the Google Places API, PHX house, and the Wi-Fi is Sunshine. That's what I normally use. And check-in and check-out time, perfect. And number of things to do, let's do like 3 and 3. We don't need that many. Actually, frick it. Let's do 5 and 5. So this button is obviously way off centered. And then we can check on our development server. Is this going through? Well, we're getting options API generate. It looks like something hit. And look at that, we did get stuff. Okay, and it came through, place to eat. Fantastic. Let's see, did we get, we got that download. Perfect. Guidebook 1, looks like ass. Address isn't showing up. Nothing is showing up. Okay, but this part's showing up well. So no images, of course. Space and Rocket Center, oh no. These different places to eat and things to do. House rules and notes we didn't add in yet. So the next goal for this would be to make it more customizable. But for now, it's getting late. I'm going to take a break, wrap up this project for the night, and I will be back in part 2 maybe. See ya.